Amen. God is good. And He's worthy to be praised. Those of you who have your Bibles, would you stand with me and turn to the 116th number of Psalms. Psalms 116. Psalms 116.
Amen.
The grass withers, the flower fade, but the word of our God shall stand forever.
Amen.
When you get there, we'll just read one verse, and that is the 12th verse. It says, "What shall I render unto the Lord for all His benefits toward me?"
Have mercy.
God bless you. You may be seated. I want to talk about for a few moments. Thank you is not enough. Thank you is not enough. God bless you. Thank you, ushers, for your patience and your obedience. We have all been taught that when someone does do us a favor, our automatic response is, thank you. Thank you is an appropriate response that anybody that's been raised with some etiquette would do, or as we say in the old way, some manners, amen. They would respond. But I discovered that there are levels of thank you. I wouldn't send you a postcard saying thank you if you allowed me to cut in front of you in traffic. I'll just wave my hand and say thank you. I wouldn't call the news media and say this is some newsworthy things that if you just open the door for me at the general store. But if you would rescue me from a burning car, or you would do me a favor that would change my life, I would immediately do more than just say thank you. We just read a few cards, one in particular from Sister Pope. She said thank you because we have prayed for her.
Yes.
There are times when just the words thank you are appropriate. But then there are times when you ought to want to do more than just say thank you.
Yes.
In our text this morning, the psalmist is as if he stands on stage by himself and says, I'm not trying to get anybody to feel like I do, but just for the record, he starts out by saying, I had a dilemma. He says, I love the Lord because He had heard my supplications. He heard my cry. I had a dilemma. Whatever his dilemma was, it was life-threatening. I'm going to invite you to read this text when you get home, and you'll discover that he was going through a very difficult situation. He never says what it is, but all he lets the readers know that this was tough on me. And that nobody else could help me, but then I cried unto the Lord. And he heard he inclined his ear. He says that the God of the universes, the God that holds everything in his hand, heard my feeble cry.
Yes.
Somebody picked up a pen and paper from old school and says, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Come on. And pity every groan.
Yes, sir.
Long as I live and trouble rise, I'll hasten to his throne. He declares that I had a difficult situation. And if I would ask you today, have you had a difficult situation? Most of you would say, yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
And within that difficult situation, you discovered that no matter how delivered me from my dilemma.
Yes.
And that ought to be or should be the testimony of everybody who, if you live long enough, yes, you ought to be able to at some point in your life say, there's something happened to me that only the Lord delivered me from. I'm not talking about light bill and water bill stuff. I ain't talking about that. Baby needs stuff. I'm talking about showing up stuff. Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stuff where the doctor look at you and say, I'm going to do my best, but I just don't know. My God!
Preach out.
You ain't been there before. I've been there before. I've been there for myself. And I remember when the doctor looked at me and told me my brother not only had to have bypass, but he had to have quadruple bypass surgery. And the doctor looked at me and said, we're going to do our best. And I cried unto the Lord. I walked out of that room with tears in my eyes and said, Lord, if you just heal my brother. And God did that. And just as loud as I cried to him, the psalmist said something else. He says, I got three things I'm going to tell you. He said, number one, why I tell you thank you ain't enough is because you ought to not let your deliverance be secret. If God has done something for you, you ought to tell somebody. If you investigate this text, you're going to see. He says, just as loud as you cried for help, you ought to use that same cry to praise him. Our problem is that we cry for help, but we muzzle for praise.
Oh, how mercy.
Shame on us that the God that delivered you, you ought to be able to shout just as loud, saying thank you.
Preach.
Yes, sir.
You see, he says, I understand that we say thank you. We're grateful.
Yes, sir.
But he says, when I look at what God has done for me, he say thank you.
Thank you.
Ain't enough. I recognize it's good. It's good and proper to say thank you. But when you really know that he has shown up, brought you out, thank you ought to not be enough. You see, the problem with the church today, we have disguised our praise by just saying thank you. Thank you is okay. Don't walk out of here saying it's not. I've been taught to say thank you. Thank you is good. But every now and then, your thank you ought to motivate you to do more. He says he heard my cry. He delivered me from out of my situation. Then he says, even as I discovered in my affliction, he says something. He says, I got upset because when I went to my friends, those who said they were on my side. You ever had somebody like that? That would say they would ride or die, but when it was time to ride, they died. Come on, help me somebody. You've been there before, huh? You had some right-hand friends when the sun was shining and couldn't find them when the rain came. He said, I looked for somebody to help me, and I discovered. And he said, I got so upset, I said these words in a moment of haste. All men are liars. He said, I remember when I recalled, I was so angry that those who I depended on. Have you ever depended on somebody and they let you down and you just got all frustrated? Keep on living, I guarantee you. And that's why it's important that you understand you can't put your trust in man. No, because man may have good intentions, but man don't have the ability that God has. He says that I said thank you. But when I look back over my situation, thank you ain't good enough. It's good, but it ain't good enough. He says in the verses to come, look at me at verse 12. He says, for what shall I render unto the Lord? For all his benefits are toward me. He's asking himself a question. What is it other than saying thank you that I can render to the Lord? Maybe we ought to ask ourselves that question. Because some of us take the mercies of God for granted. So much that always says thank you, Lord. And then we move around. We mindlessly say thank you. Can you admit with me this morning there are times when you said thank you and you just said it just because it was just something to say? It's the right thing to say. But he says, now I'm considering And you know what? He asked himself the question. And the Bible gives us the answer. Let's keep reading. He says, I will take up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. He says, I will let people know my deliverance will not be silent and it won't be a secret. I'm going to tell somebody that he saved me. Notice the text. I got the cup of salvation. The first thing he wants people to know that the God that he's thankful to is a saving God. What is it that the church ought to be doing? If we do nothing else, we ought to tell somebody that the God we serve is a saving God. He's a redeemer. Is he a redeemer, church? In fact, the Bible gives us instructions saying, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Every believer ought to say something. Every opportunity. Maybe you don't use every opportunity, but at least every now and then, at least once or twice a week or so, you ought to have an opportunity to tell somebody in some form or fashion. Jesus said, you ought to have people, go speak to him because he's going to tell you about Jesus first. You met those people. How you know? Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. There are some of them like that. They just want to say it for them. But when you think about what God has done for you, you ought to tell them, I thank God for another day. Every now and then. He says, I'm going to hold the cup of salvation. I'm going to let folk know. I'm not going to let my deliverance be a secret. God has done so much for some of you in here. He has done something for you. If the church only could know, that somebody here needs to know that you was in the situation that they were in and God delivered, but you keep silent. And what a shame. We brag on folk that don't even know us. Help me preach this sermon somewhere. We talk about our favorite team, our favorite player, and they don't even know us. But the God that delivers us, we ought to be boasting about him. We ought to tell somebody, if it had not been for the Lord on my side. Look at Brother Dawes standing up, because he knows he's been somewhere that God and only God. Ain't nothing wrong with letting somebody know God brought you from somewhere. Ain't no shame in saying, brother, sister, I've been down, but the Lord has lifted me up. Some of us, we too cute to tell somebody we've been dirty before, but we need to tell somebody, I've been there before, and God has lifted me up. Your deliverance ought to not be a secret. But then secondly, he says, not only my deliverance ought to not be a secret, but my commitment ought to not be shallow. The text says, let's keep reading. He says, 14, I will what? Pay my vows unto the Lord. Now in the presence of all his people. He says, I'm going to make my mind up that what I promised God, I'm going to see it through. And you know why? Because he understands that if it was not for the commitment of God to his deliverance, he wouldn't be where he is right now. And perhaps you and I need to really understand that where you are right now is because God persevered on your behalf. He says, I'm going to keep my vow. In fact, you know what the inverse of this is basically saying? If I don't think I'm going to do it, and if I don't think I ain't going to do it, I ain't going to say it. Too many of us open our mouths to the Lord and we turn back. I know I'm talking to somebody in here. There are somebody that you started off with this thing, and now something came your way, and you found a convenient excuse to drop your commitment to the Lord. But you ought to think about what he's done for you. The psalmist said, I can't make nobody mind up for them, but I'm going to make my mind up for me. I'm going to keep my vow. If I don't think I'm going to do it, I ain't going to say it. The church needs to understand, we can't grow, we can't go forward without commitment from the pews, without commitment from the congregation. The church needs your commitment to move forward, not just your good wishes, not just your thank you, not just your good job, but you ought to roll up something. Every time God has blessed you, it ought to register in your heart. I got to do something. I just can't sit idle and don't do nothing. Oh, thank you, Lord. No, that ain't enough. You ought to say, I got to do something. You got to do something. I don't understand it. He just poured you out of hell's fire. And you sit there as if he just opened up the door for you to walk in a store. No, he saved you.
Yes, he did.
Oh, so he says, my deliverance.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing me this morning?
Yeah, come on.
My deliverance is not a secret. My commitment ought to not be shallow. But I love this. And I'll read this before I go into the third one. Verse 17 says, I will offer to thee the sacrifice of thanksgiving. You know what he's saying? Even when I don't feel like it. Talk, Pastor Greg. Because there are times when we don't feel like it. Anybody been there? There are times, some of you hear that right now. You just don't feel like it. But when those times overshadow you, you overshadow it with the commitment of our Savior. Because you do know in the Garden of Gethsemane, he didn't feel like it. Right. To read the text, he said, is there any other way? But he had what we call a nevertheless moment. And I want to submit to you this morning, in those times when you don't feel like keeping it, your vow, just remember, he had a nevertheless moment. Jesus continued, even though he knew it was going to be bad for him. It's a sacrifice. Yes, it is. Because the devil don't want you to sacrifice Thanksgiving. Notice the word Thanksgiving. It is a noun and a verb. Thanks. But I prove my thanks by what? Giving. Do you see it? So you just can't say thank you. Would I give? You missed it. Let me try it again. That's why thank you ain't good enough. If you're really thankful, you ought to do something. And I will call that same phrase, I will cry upon the name of the Lord. Just as I cried in my desperateness, I'm crying in my deliverance. I'm going to pay my vows, verse 18, unto the Lord. Now in the presence of all his people. In the courts of the Lord's house, in the midst of the old Jerusalem, praise ye the Lord. Do you hear him? He's trying to get those who know that God has done something for them to get out of their comfort zones. Come out of those corners. Lift your hands up and tell somebody God is still in the delivering business. So, my deliverance shouldn't be a secret. Shouldn't be no secret. What God's done for you. My commitment shouldn't be shallow. Or I don't want to do more for God. Or I don't want to keep what I said. Or I don't want to not back out on what I've committed to. But then, finally, he says something in the verse that really got my attention. Verse 15 says this. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of the saints.
Have mercy.
And it seemed like that was just plugged in out of nowhere, because it's not really, when you read it, it don't really connect anything. It's as if he was talking about something and then he just changed his train of thought. But it occurred to me, he says these words.